Welcome back, episode 16 we got going on this week. I just got back from Somerset, Pennsylvania.
Oh, Somerset?
Yeah.
That's where you were?
Yeah.
Is that where she lives?
Yeah, so that's where my mom's side of the family lives. My cousin is who I was up there helping. I put in a vinyl floor.
No, that's what that was.
Yeah, the luxury vinyl plank. Which it only took me 4 hours to do the little room
quick
that
to do it.
she had to do. Yeah, it was already, so they had already tore up and made the subfloor all nice.
Oh, okay.
And when I got there on Wednesday afternoon, we painted the wood because they have cats, and one of the cats used to pee on the carpet and it sunk into the wood. So to seal the wood so that you wouldn't get that smell coming up later,
That makes sense.
we sealed it with the paint, just like extra paint they had, like green, and I probably have some pictures I can put up. But did that on Thursday morning, and then Thursday afternoon we went kayaking in a lake up there for a little bit. And
You go fishing?
I fished a little. I didn't catch anything.
What?
The whole time I was up there, I didn't catch anything.
Shit,
And
that
I
sucks.
know, and I fished a couple of times. It's all right. It happens.
That's funny.
Then we did some other stuff Thursday. Friday, we just continued working on that room. We did some of the electricity. Like, we changed out all the electrical plugs for white. So I learned a little bit about electricity.
Oh, well, put it on the resume. Put it on the resume.
Put it on the
Full-blown
resume.
electrician.
No, that's what I was joking about. I was like, I got my first certification as an electrician.
Yeah, put it on the resume.
So I could
Change car tire once. Full-blown car mechanic.
mechanic, exactly. So I could change your electrical panels without killing anybody, hopefully.
Oh, great. I actually got one you can look at after this.
All right. The key is to turn the power off.
No. We can't do that. I need power on.
My uncle got shocked, but not bad. Like, he knows what he's doing, so he's not like scared of it. I guess he knows what's powerful enough to hurt you and what's not. But it was funny.
That's when it's scary, when you're not afraid anymore of electricity. That's when it hurts you.
He was carrying around a light bulb with the two exposed hot and
Oh, that's
cold,
nice.
and like
Okay.
just touching to see where the electricity.
Yeah.
Because we had some problems with. We thought there was like a short in the. I don't know. It was weird, but we got it all figured out. And then Saturday, my great aunt, I believe it would be, had like a party at her house, like a family party they do every year. And
Right on.
I don't usually make it up, but hung out there for a little bit, and
Sarah was all alone.
Sarah was all alone.
Moping, crying, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Watching
She'll
the cats
see this.
fight each other.
Exactly. She said the cats were good. They like kept her company.
I'm glad.
But yeah, Saturday, and on Saturday I also helped my cousin. I went and hid in the woods so her dog could come and find me.
Oh, like training?
Yeah, so I was about a little over half a mile.
That's pretty good. That's I've never seen that before. Dogs, actual like dogs sniffing out. It's just always in the movies. Like, smell this, boy. Go find Cindy. Like,
It's
you
really
got her.
interesting.
Like, that's pretty cool that you got to actually see something like that.
Yeah, so I've been helping my cousin do that anytime I'm with her, like since she got the dog, sort of. But yeah, we did. That was the longest one we did. We did one in her yard, which she has about 3 acres. So it's not super far, but we did one there, or a couple there. And it's interesting because, like, what we did was you would basically, like, stomp your feet at the beginning and walk, and then make, like, one right turn and a left turn. Because you want to get them used to, I guess, like, the turning of the scent.
Yeah.
So this was a short one, and you go up, but when you do it, you sort of like round off.
Yeah.
And it is interesting to see like the dog go from where you start and you're stomping, because it's called like a scent pad. They smell that, and then you see them like take the exact same path you just took, like nose down on the ground.
Oh,
So it's like,
that's awesome.
it's interesting. So if I'm ever running away from
Go get that
dogs,
dog, yeah.
I know
How to get away.
how to
Find some water. Find some water.
Exactly.
Go through the stream.
Well, I went across the stream 3 times.
Oh, wow. Still found it.
And yeah, on that 0.6 mile one, like the one
Wow.
that was a little over half a mile.
That's impressive, man.
Yeah, she was having a little bit of trouble, but the thing is too, like, it's training for the dog and for my cousin, because, you know, you got to know when to trust the dog,
Yeah, when
or
you can
like
see, like,
when you can tell
you're not on it. You're like,
Yeah.
this is, you're on something else right now. This is
Yeah.
not it.
So
Leads you to like a dead squirrel. You're like, God damn it.
my cousin saw my footprint in the way that it was going,
Mm-hmm.
and the dog was trying to take her. This is like when I had crossed the
Yeah.
river a couple of times, because I had to, because there wasn't like a way to get
Yeah.
past. I only wanted to cross it one time, but anyway. But yeah, so she knew that I had to have gone that way, because I was literally in the middle of like the woods where nobody goes, and
Yeah.
there's a footprint that's fresh, so like she knows it's
Yeah.
fine. But they found me. It took me like 39 minutes to do the walk myself, and from the time they started, she found me in 45 minutes. So
Solid.
it's like the same amount of time.
Were you
where
just
it's like-
sitting there?
Yeah, I just sat down after. I just sat and listened to a book on my phone
That's funny.
in the middle of the woods on a stream. So,
Hell yeah.
I mean, it was nice.
Right on.
But-
That's pretty cool.
And then Sunday we did this thing called Mutts on the Mountain. Seven Springs, which is a ski resort, does like a lot of stuff on their mountain in the summer and fall and spring, like mud on the mountain, and there's like kids mud on the mountain. But basically what it is you just, dude, I can't believe we did this, but you basically go up the slopes, and the slopes that they had us going up there, I think, were what would be at Wintergreen, like a black diamond, but it's like, I think it's a blue there. But we went down one of their double blacks down, just like without, you know, you're just like walking it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's so steep. But you go up the blue, and that sort of snakes up, and there's obstacles for the dog. So it was my cousin and me.
Oh, this
and
is still for the dog?
Yeah.
Okay.
This was on Sunday though. It's also for the, you know, people, because it's a 5K, so
Got it.
3 miles, but you don't have to like run it.
Okay.
It's like a walk because you're going up a mountain.
Couldn't imagine running up.
Dude, it was insane. But a bunch of obstacles for the dogs, like tunnels they can go under, the things where you
okay.
like go up and it teeter-totters
yeah,
down,
yeah,
and then
you're
like
talking
the ones that are, you know, A-frames and all sorts of things like that. Tires. There's 19 different obstacles for the dog on the entire 5K trail. And we did that, and it was fun. I wasn't as sore as I thought I would have been, but we were basically just walking. If I would have been pushing it, I probably would have been more sore.
Got
But
it.
going down that double black diamond, oh my gosh, it's so steep.
I believe it.
And it was a little muddy. It was cold on top of the mountain that day. So it rained a little and was windy and chilly, but it was all good. And then I came home Sunday evening. Got home by like 9 o'clock.
Glad to have you back.
Glad to have me back.
Glad you made it in one piece.
And I think that's about all I did. So that was fun.
There you go.
Yeah.
Right on. Right on. Well, we missed you for the first annual putt-putt tournament here in Virginia Beach. Yeah, you missed it. You missed a good one.
For what is it?
It was Hanson.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, of course. I forget what the hell it was actually called. Like the whole entire like thing. It's the Virginia Beach Mini Golf Masters. That's the official title. But we played 72 holes.
Oh my gosh, that is so many. Over how many days?
One day. It was supposed to be split in two, Saturday and Sunday.
But it
Saturday
rained?
just bucket rained. Like lightning. Because we would have gone still
Yeah.
like when it was raining because we were like, who cares? But lightning, obviously, they're not going to let us play.
It's just
So
a
we
middle
started.
golf club.
So we started off, teed off at 2:30, at Motor World.
Yeah.
That putt.
They got 36
They have
holes there.
36 holes there. So we did the first 18, next 18, the front 18, the back 18.
Yeah.
And then after that, lunch or dinner. It was actually dinner time. Dinner intermission at Beach Bully. And then after that, went to Pirates Cove. And then Jungle Golf.
Nice.
That's how we finished.
So that's Pirates Cove is the one that's a
Diagonal.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. That was my
So
first
it's
time.
18 and 18.
Yeah, that was my first time playing all those courses other than Jungle.
Is there? There's a putt-putt course
There's
at
a
Lynn Haven, I believe.
Maybe. There's a 3D black light putt-putt
Yeah.
course there, which I thought maybe we should add for funds. But in total, I spent like $80 for the tournament. Because you get it. Yeah, so it was 15 for Motor World to play 36 course. And then it was $13 for Pirates Cove and the 15 for Jungle, and then lunch. So I spent like $80.
There you go.
And then it was $20 buy-in. So also that also factored into it. So that was $80 right there. And yeah, I lost. So
How did they split? Was there first, second, and third?
yeah, but no, just first place. I mean,
Just first?
just first one, and then second and third place can go and kick a rock.
Really?
Yeah.
So how many people were there?
We had about
Like, what did first place win?
I think we had 8 or 10 players.
So that's a decent
So they
amount.
won like the first place winner won at least like $160 or something like that, or at least 140.
I feel like
Whatever 20. I think we had at least like 7 playing. I want to say.
third place should get their buy-in back.
Let's
Second
see,
place should get a little bit
7,
more.
we had
And-
7 times 20 on it, 140. Probably around 140, 150 is what the winners got. Is
So I
what the
would've
first
said-
place got.
I would have said take, 20 of it, give it to third place, take like another 40 or 50 to second, and then the rest to first.
I don't know.
This way more people.
I don't know, but you can guess who won.
Hanson.
Yeah, Hanson won. Guess whose idea was it to do this?
Hanson.
Yeah, Hanson.
He has it
No.
rigged. No, I'm just kidding.
I gave him this idea a long time ago,
Uh-huh.
like years ago. But Hanson's just a wicked putt-putt player. And I'm fairly decent, but man, there were just some holes.
Dude, where you get like,
6.
Yeah.
6 on a par 2. You're like, I had the worst time ever. Well, no, I had a great time. Let me tell you.
had the worst time ever.
Oh, worst time putting
Yeah.
ever. Every single time I putt on the right side of the hole, it would literally lip the right side of the hole and gone. Every single
I
time.
went golfing when I was in Pennsylvania.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Every single time. Every single time. Dude, I came so close to breaking my club. So close to breaking it.
Did you
Well,
just
putt.
have a club?
The putt club. I didn't bring... Ty Johnson brought his own club.
Really?
We tied for second, but I said I got second because he cheated because he brought his own club. That was not in the rules.
That was not in the rules. Why wasn't it in the rules?
I don't know. We gotta get
You're
bylaws
just
up. But I didn't break a club, but there were some clubs lost.
Really?
In total, we broke 3 clubs and lost 1 ball. That wasn't bad. Wasn't bad.
Who broke clubs and how did they break?
Oh my god, I haven't laughed that hard in a long time. Like my stomach,
This
getting
is the
it.
burrito,
Yes,
the
it's the
potato
burrito,
burrito.
dude. Thomas Fox. He, this is literally the first 18 holes. First 18, he's doing okay. He is like, or maybe it was the back 18, but it's at Motor World. He is sucking like at one point. He's just not having it anymore. He's like smacking his club on the ground, like dang it and stuff. Like so am I. But baseball Thomas smacks on the ground, the tip of it just snaps off. It's the whole tip. Just gone.
What did he do?
So he picked up the putter, like put it behind, or put it. He picked up the head of it, put that like just threw that somewhere, and then I told him to stab the whole shaft of it, like in one of those big fern like plants. Just stab it right in the middle and just leave it there. So,
Oh my god.
so he just left it there.
And you went and got another club?
No, we didn't get another club.
You just shared someone
I
else's.
gave him mine. So we are like maybe like 5 holes away from the last one now. Still at Motor World. Thomas messes up and he chucks the club
He just throws it.
into the swamp. Just gone.
So your club.
Yeah. The putt club just
Oh
gone.
my gosh.
Other club is just chucked. He was so mad. I'm like, okay, guys, so no more giving Thomas clubs. He's gonna keep breaking them. And then we're at Pirates Cove in Jackson.
Yeah.
McCarthy. We're at literally the last hole. My man's not having it anymore. We're about to go to Jungle Golf. We're going to the last course. We just played the last hole at Pirates Cove. He is not having it. He has his club like on the ground pointed downwards, and he just shoves it down and snaps right in the middle. And he just leaves it right there at the hole and he walks away.
Oh my gosh. You guys are animals.
Yeah, I felt bad for the Motor World one because 2 clubs. We all get back, all 8 of us. We just put our clubs on the table. We walk away, and I could tell the lady was like counting clubs and looking at us. I was like, "Gotta go."
Gotta go.
I'm sure this putt club barely calls it. I'm sure there are literally some janky ass. It's literally a piece of like metal wrapped in a rubber aluminum shaft with a cheap rubber grip.
Yeah.
It can't cost that much, but yeah. So, and then Thomas lost his ball
At Motor World?
at Motor. Yeah, Motor World.
Dude,
went
Motor World
down.
was tough.
It is really tough, but he lost it. So we did a rule where you can play where it lies, or you can pick it up and take 2 strokes. It was in the grass, but like he was kind of like concrete here, ball here, had to go that way. He thought he could do it. He hit it as hard as he could. Ball, it goes forward, smacks the concrete, rejects. It goes right into a pond. So yeah, he didn't have a ball. But
I think I've played at all those courses.
it was a good time. It would have been. Dude, I was dead.
Did you do the jungle golf? Each
The
hole
wheels?
spin things?
No, we did not do that. We did not. I was not in the mood for that.
I don't like those.
We finished at 8:30. We were from 2:30 to 8:30. I almost left before going to jungle golf. I was like, Thomas left. He did not make it to jungle golf.
Okay.
But I was like, dude, it's Sunday. I'm tired as hell. Like, what are we doing?
Done.
So somehow came in second place. Jungle golf played pretty well for me. Pirates Cove did okay, but Meta World was just not being friendly.
And it's just so many holes.
72. I got back that night and I was laying in bed and my feet were throbbing from just standing. I had my walking shoes on, like I had the nice shoes on, like, and my feet were throbbing.
Dude, you were ready for bed, huh?
Yeah, I got in. I was like, that was ridiculous. But yeah, I looked. This thing was like $80 gone, but good laughs, countless memories, priceless.
Priceless. How So are you gonna are we doing it every year on the same day?
Yeah, and not same day, but I think we're gonna do it in August. Is what we're gonna do. Just before people go back to college. So I had to be this weekend because I was like, dude, let's just do it like next weekend. Like it's raining, like and stuff. Like he's like, well, no one's gonna be able. Everyone's gone. Everyone's leaving like literally this week for college.
Yeah.
So it was a little bit last notice, but we got it together and somehow put it off. But yeah, we were trying to make it bigger next year.
Did Colin go?
No, he couldn't go. I think he was working or something. Something was going on, but he couldn't show up. Braun couldn't go either. He was traveling. A lot of people were out of town. So we're going to get on the books early, make a Facebook page and stuff, and get it all together. And if we have a big group like that, we'll like split it. Maybe like, okay, like this group goes to jungle, this group goes there, this group goes to motor or something like that. 2 groups go to motor, like split it up by groups, and that way it just goes like faster.
You should we should get a bunch of people and then go to the golf courses and see if we can get group prices.
I'm sure we could. If we had like 20 people,
It's like a actual Virginia Beach mini golf tournament.
T-shirts. This Masters. It's the Masters.
An actual green jacket.
We had a speaker playing the Masters like theme song, but people weren't feeling it. They were not vibing with it. So I put on Wii Sports music. Da-na-na-na-na-na. We're like, yeah!
That's funny.
Yeah, so good time. Putt-Putt was great. I hate Hanson. He rigged it. He knew it. He knew it. But will I be playing again next year? Yes, I will. Yes, I will.
There you go. Maybe I'll be here to play.
Yeah. So if anyone has any putt-putt skills or tips, tricks, let me know because
I'm bad. I'm terrible.
I was some buns, man.
I'm bad at golf and putt-putt. Like, that's the worst. I'm bad at that.
Yeah. Damn, dude, my legs are bit up too from it.
Really?
Yeah, there's so many bugs, especially at Meadowwork, because right there,
Yeah,
you have, like the water, like swamp area.
Yeah. Was it hot that day then? Hot and humid?
Yeah, it was cooking. It was terrible. That was also another thing. Weather was hot. But speaking about August stuff, you know, ECS is coming up.
Yeah.
Is it? I think it's next weekend, not this weekend. I think
my dad was saying that it's next Tuesday
Yeah.
to the following Monday
I didn't know.
or Sunday.
Were you going down? You gonna be surfing?
My dad will be surfing, but I have a wedding on the 28th, I believe it is. Is that Saturday?
Well, I'm gonna go.
I mean, I'll
go
check and see like what I'll see if they have like heats posted or not, but if my heats would be before, I'm probably gonna leave Friday around 3 and come back Sunday
Okay.
for a wedding up in Somerset. But I know they usually do like finals on if it ends on Monday, then they do finals on like Sunday, Monday. If it ends on Sunday, they do them on like Saturday.
I just
Sunday.
heard about it today at the gym. I was like, ooh, ECS, good times.
Yeah,
Good memories there.
there'd probably be a lot of young kids.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be like all middle schoolers and
Yeah.
freshmen in high school. A lot of underage jailbait kids that 100% would definitely stay at 6 feet, probably 12 feet away from everyone. Don't even look at me.
Don't even look at me.
Don't come at me.
Lots of free stuff though, usually.
Yeah, grab all the free stuff you can.
Alrighty. So we got a couple more questions from Jeff and Cheryl.
Yes.
So the first one is, when you have kids, Santa or no Santa?
I'm gonna do Santa.
That reminds me of Mr. Jerfy.
Oh, yeah, Jerfy is what it is. Yeah, I know. Gosh, he was.
He literally was like, tell his kids.
I told my kids as soon as they could talk, Santa's fake, everything's a lie. Tell all your friends.
He was like, not real. Like, he was like, not putting up with it. Why would...
I think I'm gonna say yes, Santa. But, like, I'm not gonna be overboard about it. Or honestly, I don't know. Maybe I'll just be like, where did it come from? It was me, fool. Respect. Was it so? Oh, it's an audio message to you.
I feel like I don't know. I've never really thought about it, honestly. I mean,
no Easter Bunny. Ain't doing no Easter Bunny. Tooth Fairy. Ain't doing no Tooth Fairy.
I feel like what I would do is like, I wouldn't do anything about it. If the kid was like, is Santa real? I'd be like, no.
I'm like, figure it out. Find out if he is.
Do some research. Let me know
Yeah,
what
do
you
some
think.
research, kid. Do it yourself. Comes back 5 minutes later from Google because it's like by that time Google's probably like lightning
Enchipped in your
fast. Like,
brain.
yeah, enchipped in the brain. You know, he finds out. Nope, he's not. I'm like, good job. He's
Good
not.
job.
No,
Well,
I don't know. I think.
what are some pros and cons of both?
Well, the first con is that you're lying to your children, and you should never lie to your children, except about everything in their life, because life is just one big ass fat lie.
I feel like, you know, some kids get attached to the idea of Santa, and they like, you don't tell them until they're
Yeah.
too old.
Yeah, look at the movie Elf. That guy was crazy in you.
That guy was crazy.
That guy was crazy.
Um,
I don't know. It just seems like a lot of work.
it's gonna be a lot of work for sure.
Seems like a lot
Kids
of
are
work.
a lot of work.
It seems like a lot of work that I'm not really willing to put in the effort right now.
Well, you don't have any kids right now.
Yeah.
You don't do Christmas for your cat? Your cat doesn't believe in Santa?
Dude, the cat's a bitch. Hell no. I would say Santa for me. Yes. I'm going to say yes for now. But it's probably going to get cut as soon as they turn like 7.
7.
Yeah, 7 and be like, hey, can I talk to you? Yeah, what's up? That Santa's not real. Go get daddy beer.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I feel like
Or if they just
probably
piss me
do
off.
something like that.
When the day
Santa's not real.
when the day comes, I don't get 4 years old, 5. They just really, when the day comes of reckoning that they're just really making me mad,
Santa's not real.
I'll ruin it. I'll ruin everything for them.
All right. Next question: if you could have chosen private or public school?
I've talked about this. I don't know. I feel like I talked about it with you, or I talked about it with someone before. How maybe it was with Jalen then, but I said myself, I kind of wish I would have gone to public school like in the beginning, like maybe through lower school, and then gone to private school middle through high. I think that would have been nice. And I think that's something I would maybe do for my kids.
Yeah. Why is that?
I don't know. Like, I know people say the private school thing, there's maybe depending on what school you go to, there's a shelter to it, which I think there is true depending on the schools and stuff. Like, but obviously, financial wise is very nice for like lower school stuff. And I mean, is there a real difference between lower school private school and lower school public? I mean, aren't they teaching all like the same? 1 + 1 is 2. What you think public school is saying it's 3? Like no, like it's all the same stuff.
It's it's not that. It's like so I can't obviously remember what lower school was like for me.
I get
like
barely any memory of it.
Like super detailed, but Sarah works at St. Matthew's, which would be a private school, and I can tell you that there's things that she's doing that, like, they're in a program that has to do with, like, have you heard of the book that's, like, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People or something like that? They have, like, sort of like a kid's version.
Oh, okay.
And it's, I forget what it's called, but it's called something, and it's actually like a program that the school is been chosen to be a part of. And someone from this like program comes and checks and make sure that they're teaching it properly. But there's things like that you're not going to get at public school that I think are
beneficial.
Yeah, like super important, because at a young age, it's sort of like if you told a kid at a young age, you can do anything you put your mind to and work hard and do things like in the right way, as opposed to being like, you can't do anything because you're this or you're that.
And you think public school teaches that the last one?
Absolutely, especially nowadays.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Well, because and this goes into like more like politics sort of type of thing, but it really is happening where kids are taught like you are not in a position to succeed because of XYZ. And or like you're looked down upon because you're not this, that, or
do you
the
think
other.
that's the school, or do you think that's the teachers? But do they go hand in hand?
Yeah, I would say both.
Okay.
I think that there is. I mean, there's no doubt there's curriculum that is being written to teach kids in public school to basically hate America.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, there are things that happened that, like in the past, in history, that weren't great, obviously. But it's like shining a microscope on it and saying this defines you, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
As opposed to looking around and seeing how great things really are and can be.
Yeah, makes sense.
But yeah, no, I mean, there's lots of like school. There's so much going on right now in terms of like parents fighting with school boards, teachers, in terms of like all that.
Yeah, there's a big thing going on. I saw on the news this morning. They were talking about The whole like mask thing right now is just the big thing.
Yeah, I mean that's the big thing right now.
Yeah, but no, I get it. But going back to the question of private or public, I think I would still stand with public just in the beginning for the basic stuff, and then getting them into private come middle school, like sixth grade, which you are 8 years old.
Knowing what I know now for
Right?
myself.
No, how old are you? When you're in 12th grade, you're like 17, 18. So when you're in 6th grade,
Just
what are you,
add
12?
6 years to
No.
whatever the grade is.
At 6, so
It's
12.
5 or 6 years.
So you're 11 or 12. Yeah.
Because if you're 18 and 12, that's
12,
add 6.
six, yeah.
If you're 17,
Okay.
add 5.
That
so
makes sense.
just add 5 or 6
Yeah.
to.
But I just think that now public school with NILD.
Sarah's school has an ILD.
Steroids.
So, what I was going to say is, so I think maybe if you asked me when I was younger, I might have said I would have liked to go to public school to try it. I didn't really like school in general, though.
You were good at it.
Yeah, but I didn't like it.
You
at
were
all.
good at it. You got like literally all
That's probably
A's.
why I didn't like it, because I was like, why are they fucking trapping me in this building all fucking day? I could go do something else with my life.
I've mastered school. I've already completed this by 10th grade. Christian was like, dog, I already know. I'm already good. Like, can I get out of here? That's
No,
so
yeah.
funny.
But I would say, knowing what I know now, I would have rather been homeschooled. Now, as a kid, I might not have liked this, but I would have rather been homeschooled and been able to. I would almost say, I wouldn't say forced, but like made to work at a younger age
Yeah.
and been taught things like, how to run a business, how to like deal with
The more
taxes.
lifestyle.
Yeah, like
every
literally,
day. Yeah.
taking your kid to the DMV.
The basic needs of life
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
and
That is not taught.
and all the school stuff that you have to get done. Obviously, you have to be taught, but you can teach. Obviously, most people aren't in a position to do this, but you can teach your kid the amount of school that they do per day in about 2.5, 3 hours.
Yeah.
So
Can they retain all that though? That's the thing though, in that quick of time.
it's the same. You waste so much time in school
Yeah.
because it's this broad thing that, like, you can learn, like, for example, in math, we would do, like, if there's 12 chapters in a book, we would do each subsection of the chapter, so 7.1, 7.2, 7, and sometimes you do 1 and 2, sometimes you do
Evens and
just
odds.
one,
Yeah,
or-
yeah.
but, like, instead of doing that, like, okay, so the kid knows how to use fractions already. You did fractions every single year until whenever. You don't need to spend a day or a week on it if they know how to do it. You need to move forward with what that is. So, like, more complex fractions and things
Yeah.
like that.
But that's what's hard about the school though, with 30 kids in a classroom, where you're the one that is, it, but I'm over here. I don't know fraction.
Exactly.
So, I see what you're saying.
So there's a lot of wasted time in terms of, like you're saying, you can't specialize to 30 kids.
Yeah.
Whereas, if you are either teaching your own kid, and homeschool doesn't mean that the parents are teaching the kid 100% of the time either. Like, you still go, around here at least, you still go to school buildings where other homeschoolers come and, interconnect so that you have that social network too, because a lot of people who say that homeschool isn't good is that you don't get the exposure to make social connections, which
I don't know about that one.
I don't know about that one either. And the other thing is, I would
there's
rather
some truth to it, but I don't think it's as bold as people think.
and I think it's important for kids to hang out with people their own age, but I also think it's not a bad thing if kids are hanging out around adults because they'll emulate what those adults are doing.
I feel like I hung out with a lot of adults in my childhood. I feel like with more adults than
and you're
children
more
my
mature.
age.
You were more mature in a way because of it. And sometimes that's not a great thing because you're more mature than everyone else. So you know things that they don't know, and
Like Santa.
like Santa,
Like Santa's not real.
yeah. But
Easter
and like
Bunny?
other things too.
Tooth Fairy, leprechauns,
But
Tinkerbell.
I'd say that I was fine with the private school. I would love to homeschool my kids in a way like that, and like
I'm just thinking of Todd homeschooling you. What that would have been like? Your
would've been
dad.
hilarious.
All right, 2 + 2. What do you mean? Come on, you don't know that, dog? We did this yesterday. What do you mean?
Yeah.
All right, I'll be on the lawn. Like I'm gonna be cutting the grass. Let me know when you finish this stuff, man. Gosh.
And you get to like take the kids to the places, like especially
Yeah.
around here. There's a lot of history in terms of like Williamsburg, and
I
you
mean,
do get to
founding
do
and
that
stuff, yeah.
in school on field trips. But you could,
Dog, you don't learn jack shit on field trips when you're in like lower school and stuff with these kids. Jamestown, no, you don't learn anything. The only thing I remember from a Jamestown trip was we were in this little hut that was hot as hell. Ain't no AC in there, and windows, no windows, no door, full roaring fire is in there, and it's 90 degrees outside, I swear. And this lady in an old, what the hell, colonial thing, skirting all, like, baking some bread. Hot coal pops out of the fire, lands on her dress, and starts burning a hole through it. I'm just standing there watching it unfold, like, not saying anything. I'm just like,
this is wild.
let's see how this happens. Let's see how the colonials would have handled this. And then I was like, teacher, I don't think that's a good thing. And they're like, oh, miss, your dress is about to catch on fire. It was like smoldering. I was like,
Really?
yeah, it's the only thing I remember. That and then getting gunpowder and like little tiny paper like packets. Which now that I think about it, probably wasn't even gunpowder. It's probably black sand.
Yeah.
They were not selling us gunpowder. There's no way that they were selling gunpowder to 10-year-olds. There's absolutely no way they would ever do that. But I don't know. I think you're right about. I think there's benefits. Obviously there's pros and cons to everything. Private school, homeschool, public school.
I think Virginia Beach has a really good public school system.
I think so too. I think they have a good high school system. I don't know about their lower school system though.
Yeah,
Because I know the one that's near me right now has got like a 2 out of 10. Is what
in
people
this
rank
area.
it. Yeah.
What
I don't know what it's called. Blair? No, that's in Norfolk.
SeaTac.
Maybe.
Anyway, I don't know what would be my corporate landing elementary, maybe, or Princess Anne. I'm not sure, but it all depends. I mean, either way, school is only half the battle. The parents have to do stuff it's a continual thing.
Yeah. No, it is. Parents have to be involved, and like I said, very blessed. My parents were very involved within my education, and even as much as they were involved, I still struggled a bunch. I couldn't imagine where I would be if they weren't involved. I'd be very far behind. I mean, I'm still behind, but I've accepted
But that's
it,
the
and
thing,
it's
like,
fine.
in my opinion, you're not.
Well, testing will say otherwise,
But
I
that's
see
like-
what you're. I know you're
I just have
going
a
at.
major problem with school, I think, in general.
I see what you're saying, and I understand. I see. I may be like not like really that behind, but when it comes to testing, which is the only way to really, I guess identify where everyone stands uniformly. I know there's different ways, but if out of 100 people, and I'm number 99 out of 100. I'm gonna be on the lower end of the spectrum when it comes to like the reading and the writing and stuff. Math, was no problem for me, but I always was about 3 grades behind in reading and writing, which is probably still true to this day. Like, so I graduated high school 12th grade with a 9th grade reading and writing.
It's not too bad.
Yeah, it wasn't terrible. I was probably still at the 9th grade level. Probably haven't grown at all, but
Probably not. So that was.
But that's just me. We're going in depth on that one. Sorry, we got a little deep.
Those were 2 questions.
Yeah.
They had a third one, most embarrassing moments. and we can go over that real quick. But I think we've gone over it before on, I don't know what episode it was.
I don't know either,
But
we've definitely said something.
I know there was one that I feel like I've said on here that when I was younger at KIF camp, I jumped in a pool or something and my bathing suit had ripped through the back and my whole butt cheeks were hanging out. And I didn't know until I got like off the bus and back and took them off and changed and like saw.
Oh, that's
no one
funny.
said anything.
No one
so
said
like
anything.
I was like,
Were
wonder
there
when that
skivvies
happened.
underneath or anything?
No,
No.
butt ass naked.
Damn.
And I was probably like, yeah, like however old you are, 10 or 11. So
Damn.
I just was really embarrassed.
I don't
Once
know.
I realized, I was like, but
Damn, that's funny.
I don't know. I feel like we've talked about
Yeah,
something like
we've
that
said
before.
something like
I
that.
think it was one of our cards.
Yeah.
So.
I think that was definitely one. I can't think of one right now. If I do, I'll say it in a future episode. Alright, so next topic we'll go into here is it's kind of another serious one, I guess you could say. It's not nothing funny. It's not really a funny podcast. this episode, a little bit more serious here.
Maybe in the beginning.
Yeah. But it's talking about censorship on social media, things like that. I brought up, obviously, the running meme right now on TikTok, Twitter, and everything, is that on Twitter, President Trump is banned, former United States president, and then, like, one of the leaders of the Taliban is on Twitter, and he's not banned. And he's tweeting. So it's just interesting to me and stuff. Like that's just an example. I don't really want to focus on that one. I think I just want to talk about the overlying thing of censorship and social media and stuff. And I'll give my input on it first, and Christian can chime in when you want, and anyone else watching, however you feel, love to see what your point of views are on it. Because there's different, I know that this is like in the political side of like, are my rights being taken away because of your silencing my speech? And to those, I would say, I mean, yes, it is, but your rights not being taken away because you're on a private like company app or social media thing. You know, it's owned by someone. It's like their property, so they can set like the rules and guidelines of it. So they can technically do whatever they want. So I think they are in the right to block Trump and not allow him to be on it. I would say that is totally legally fair since they do own it. And like I said, people may think differently, which is totally fine. I'm just thinking through it. But I think that what they're doing is not fine, but it's just for it. And
So I have a quick question.
Yeah.
So if the water company was a private company and they said, we don't want to give you water, Benton, and there's nowhere else for you really to get water or electricity or gas, if these were private institutions and they said, we're not going to let Benton have these things because we don't like what he either has to say, what he looks like, this or that, like,
so from
what do you
that,
think to that?
so from that, I would sue, and Trump can as well and stuff. So you at least try to fight. Don't know if it's gonna win or not. And what I was gonna say at the end was, what? Damn, sorry, I'm already blanking on it. But pretty much, what sucks is that Twitter, it's owned by a private thing, but it's just so big and so massive that it's, and same for Facebook, and that it's like mainstream media, like. But if you think about it, 10 years ago, it's just an app. It's just a little tiny thing. Like 10 people were on it at a time. It's just a small like platform. But now it's so major, but it's still owned by a group of people that aren't government control based and stuff like that. So you can do whatever you want on your app, but it just sucks that that's the main form of news and people's information comes from Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And everything. So I don't know.
Do you know name of the section of law that deals with the like social media.
Mm-hmm.
It's section 230. And the problem with section 230, it needs to be reformed because it sort of does what you're saying in the sense that these are private companies.
Yeah.
So they technically can do what they're doing. Some of the issue is that you can go to other, like, you can go outside and speak, like,
Yeah.
you know, they're not stopping you from that. The problem is that when the majority of people use it to converse their ideas and talk, and that's where you get your news and this and that, at what point is it similar to a situation of you're in a town and there's a town bulletin board where people come and put their thoughts?
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, we'll just say, I'll go along with this since we've already given this example. Trump comes and puts his thoughts, and you're not supposed to blame the board, the bulletin board, for what was put on. So the issue with 230 is these companies are saying that they have to control what's happening because they don't want to be held liable for what's being put on their site.
Mm-hmm.
Back to the example of the bulletin board, that's like the bulletin board taking off something, and by taking it off, the bulletin board is speaking.
Yeah.
So by these companies blocking this sort of thing, they're not supposed to be able to give an opinion.
Yeah. Pick
per
and
se.
choose. Yeah.
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 But by doing that, they are picking and choosing.
Yeah. But are
And
they
like-
as well by not doing anything?
No, they're saying that they have to do it because they'll be held liable for Trump's speech or so-and-so's speech of saying this or that. But
But is it their fault?
it's not.
Okay.
And
But
there's
people will blame Twitter? You think?
so that's where like this Section 230 law comes in, where I forget exactly how it's worded. I'd have to brush up on it, but basically the wording of the law makes it so that these companies feel necessary to take off things that they deem are not acceptable. So, like, for example, everyone knows you go to Wikipedia. I mean, since forever, Wikipedia, you can't use it as a source to do whatever because anybody can go in and edit it, is the idea that people say.
Yeah, obviously there's stuff around
The problem is that Wikipedia, once it, you know, goes through and posts the article, it is then making a statement of fact. Like, this is how it is. So there's, I mean, you can look up people's Wikipedias that say they've done things that they haven't done.
Akon's used to be so funny.
Yeah.
Akon had it on his Wikipedia. Like,
But
it
at
said
what
his last
point
name
can
was crazy.
the thing is that Akon can't sue those companies because of Section 230 for, you know, misrepresenting him or saying things that are false, because they're protected by this thing that says that what goes on their platform isn't their speech.
Yeah.
But when they're taking things off, they are speaking. That's the thing.
Yeah,
So, like,
it's the actual
Twitter
news.
isn't liable for what anybody says. So,
Other than posting illegal stuff.
I believe.
Like child porn or stuff like
Yeah.
that. Like, that's like the most extreme one. But like
Yeah.
people dying and stuff. There's illegal stuff that you can't post, I believe. But Trump stuff is not illegal.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And by taking down any speech, you're saying that you don't agree with it.
Mhm.
And because of that, you are saying what you believe, if that makes sense. So yeah, the social media censorship is it's interesting because it almost needs to be made like a government like
Yeah.
thing, almost
know.
like your utilities.
But what happens when it becomes a government thing? That's what I
Turns to
wonder.
shit again,
Yeah.
just like everything else the
Yeah.
government touches.
The app just crumbles away, and then Twitter 2.0 gets made.
So I mean,
Yik yak.
yeah. But
If you know what I'm talking about with Yik yak, that's funny. It's really
That's
funny
funny.
if people know that one. If people laughed at that.
I'm trying to think like.
Yik yak was very toxic. It's a very toxic app that actually I think got banned on multiple campuses and stuff. It got banned on Macon.
I feel like. I mean, that's the whole thing too. Of
Could
like,
you imagine a government Twitter? Government Facebook?
it wouldn't. So I don't
Just wonder
know.
what that looks like.
I don't know exactly how that would happen, but basically,
The Department of Twitter.
what they would try to do is like
The branch of social media.
deconglomerate these companies. So like, there'd be a separate like Facebook marketplace where you have like that sort of thing, and Facebook to do this and
Yeah.
like because they have so much stuff in terms of like their algorithms
Everything.
and like the things that they so much property that is
Best
Theirs.
algorithm. TikTok. Best algorithm. I'm not even joking. China did it right on that one. Their algorithm is out of this world. It is crazy. If you start liking videos or you watch these videos a little bit longer and stuff, it will like your 3 TikToks later it will keep like filtering those types in and keep going and going. Like,
yeah.
oh my gosh, you can stay on a theme all day. Like I one time I liked a TikTok of there's like some type of air freshener that goes like in trucking, like trucker, like call it trucker fuel or something like that. It's just like a sponge and a tin can that you just pour like this like liquid into and it makes it like got like 15 of those like in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. But Facebook algorithms and stuff like that, getting back to it, is they are so big. I think it's the beginning problem that they are so big, but that is capitalism. I don't know. Nothing wrong with it.
I don't know the arguments fully, but some
Yeah.
people say that like I believe some people say that what they are doing and are attempting to do is basically monopolize. Like that's
barriers to
I mean, like
entry are so
Amazon,
hard,
for
man.
example. Like they have Amazon. They have a web hosting.
AWS. They use all that stuff.
Yeah, I mean they have. They're the biggest retailer, obviously, for anything you want. So every retail, grocery, this, that. But I mean, they have Whole Foods. And I don't know if I've told you about this, and like maybe we'll go into it a different time. But remind me one time to talk about like Amazon taking over Whole Foods. There's this thing that they.
Oh yeah, no. Oh yeah, Amazon Whole Foods has been around for a couple of years now. Where like all their Amazon Now products, I can do grocery
but
stores. It comes through.
When they were taking over Whole Foods, or when they took over Whole Foods, the way that they did it is a very I'd have to look into it more to brush up on it, but if I explain it to you, you'd probably be like, well, that sounds illegal, but it's not.
We'll talk about that next week.
It's a way to
I'll
like,
find that out.
yeah, it's a way to basically go into debt, but then when you acquire the company, I don't know, it's weird.
Weird.
But yeah, I mean these companies are just huge, and some people are like, well, that's capitalism, but at the same time, it's also not, because these companies are doing it in ways and doing things that is not capitalistic, because the way that they have influence over the government.
Yeah. So,
So
but big topic. Lot to talk about. You can go on it for days and hours in different directions. But speaking of companies doing things, Elon Musk said that in the future, like soon, I don't know what soon is, but he says soon, that you can purchase a round trip ticket to Mars for $500,000 and go live on Mars.
Wow.
Yeah, he said you can go live on Mars. They'll fly you out there. You can live there as long as you want and stuff. But yeah, and it's a round trip ticket.
So what do you do though?
Minecraft in real life though.
Minecraft in real life.
Just dig all day. What are you doing? Mining, mining for diamonds.
Mining for diamonds.
Yeah, just mine.
That's interesting.
Grow your crops,
Grow
stuff
your
like
crops.
that. Yeah, but yeah, I hope I'm alive for that. I hope I'm alive to see actual life on Mars. Maybe not me go to Mars, but it'd be cool to like know that there are people
Mm-hmm.
on another planet right now. Obviously, I already know that they are, like, aliens and stuff for sure. But another Earth being, doesn't have to be American. It can be whoever it is. I didn't say American. Another Earth being on another planet living there full time.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Then you can have
She gets me excited.
two different planets, warring planets.
I know. We're all going to move to Mars and we're going to nuke this bitch.
Jeez.
That's
aggressive.
Nuke it. We're all going to watch. It's going to be one big show.
Oh my gosh, no. It's not gonna
Well, we're all going to be off there. Don't worry.
All.
Yeah, everyone.
Yeah, okay.
Minus Trump. Twitter left him behind.
Whoopsie.
Everyone that's not banned.
Everyone that's not banned on social media.
Yeah, pretty much. So, getting to the end here, you said you found it interesting.
Yeah, so I was watching the stock market the other day and just like looking through some of the random scans and things that I do, and I saw Moderna was, I think they were down on the day, and the news article that was associated with it was that Canada had struck a deal with them to get $35 million.
A deal? They got a deal? A steal? 50% off?
Maybe, I don't know. That Canada would get 35 million Moderna vaccines per year from now until 2024, I think, or it might have been 2023. Let me look. What did I send you? Till 2024.
Yes, it was.
So 2021, 35 million. 2022, 35 million. 2023, 35 million. 2024, 35 million. That's how I took the article. I might have been. I wasn't NILD, so I might have read wrong. But so I got me thinking. I was like, oh, that's interesting. Like, just curious. Like, wonder how many people live in Canada. So I look it up, and it said 37 million. And I was like, oh, so they're gonna get 4 times the amount of COVID vaccines that there are people, sort of, like, plus or minus.
That is very interesting, though.
And I was like, oh, like, that makes sense because you get 2 rounds of it or whatever. And then I was like, but dang, like, then you have sort of like 2 extra rounds. Like, wonder. I'm like thinking, I'm like, oh. I mean, I don't know what you think, but I'm like, oh, I guess it's just going to be like the flu shot.
Yeah.
And get your COVID vaccine every single year.
I guess, yeah. I'm sure it will be.
Which, I've pretty much figured that for a long time.
Yeah.
But
I think everyone said the booster shots would be every year.
I just thought it was interesting.
Yeah, it is very interesting. That math doesn't really line up about population and then how many doses, unless they're, I don't know, people really thinking they're going to move to Canada or something. I don't know what they're thinking.
I don't know.
But that is interesting. Speaking about Canada, I did find out, fun fact, that I forget what parallel it's called, 49th, 55th parallel, the one that runs across Washington State, all the Dakota, Montana, that border line in Canada. If you shoot that line all straight across it, and which is there's like a little tiny
Are
sliver.
you doing the Nazi?
Oh shit! Oh my god. There's a little sliver of Canada that's still under that, which like 50% of their population lives
I believe it. Yeah.
under that line,
Yeah.
and Canada's huge.
Yeah.
And they all literally live like
Dude,
under the. It's so funny.
you could literally spend your entire life exploring northern Canada
Yeah, it was.
and still find places that have probably never been touched by humans in Canada.
So 90% of Canada or Canadians live within 100 miles of the U.S. border. Now, I don't know if that is also taking into account Alaska, if that would be counting a U.S. border. I'm sure it does. But yeah,
Even still,
isn't that just wild?
it is. It is crazy.
70% of Canadians live south of the 49th parallel. That's what I was thinking. 70%, more than half. 70%
Yeah.
live literally below this line. Everyone else,
I mean, like, that's what? That's probably including Toronto.
it's
like,
it's literally the main two.
Vancouver.
British. It's Toronto.
Vancouver.
Toronto has 2.6 million.
Yeah. Well, but there's I think
Montreal 1.6
37.
million.
There's like 37 million is what I saw for Canada's population.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's just a really interesting fact. You know, the number one natural resource in Canada is oil.
I would have said
Why
trees.
aren't we storming Canada? Why are we storming Afghanistan, man? Well, we're pulling out, but why aren't we storming Canada? Let's go take that shit. You know, they'd be like, "Hey, sorry, hey, can't do it there. Can't do it right now. Come back later."
The U.S. has a lot of their own oil
Yeah.
and things like that. It's just the current administration doesn't want to use that at all.
Yeah, no. I don't know. Just interesting facts. But
Well, get into a card.
yeah, we'll get into this here.
Go ahead, explain it. Tell us what it is.
So pretty much we just got a bunch of different topics on cards here that we read out just to get fresh, interesting new ideas, thoughts, opinions, things like that. So every week. So this week is, what would you love to find at a yard sale? I don't know, $1 million diamond for $5. Yeah, that sounds pretty great to me. At a yard sale? Oh, easy. First edition Charizard PSA 10.
Oh my gosh.
$1 million right there.
I wonder,
That would be
like,
awesome.
like a signed Michael Jordan rookie card or like,
Baseball cards,
yeah.
Pokemon cards to the roof. Cards have been going up a lot. And I feel that's obviously a very doable, reasonable item that you could find at a
Yeah.
yard sale that would be for cheap that people don't know the value of. And you can,
Uh-huh.
like, 10 times your profit, if
Yeah.
not more.
Yeah, I mean, so it was, what would you like to find?
Yeah.
I'd say that's a good one. I can't even think of other things that you would find that would be.
When I do go yard sale, or we'll count estate sale, I love lighters. Big Zippo.
Yeah.
I got a lot of Zippo lighters. I just like collecting them. I got some old ones that I found at a estate sale. I really like those.
I feel like I haven't been to a yard sale or an estate sale. I don't know if I've ever been to an estate sale, but I haven't been to a yard sale in a while.
The guy in Florida, that Ross Creations,
Yeah.
that guy, he did a prank. He went to a yard sale. He's done two. He went to a yard sale and, like, put, like, a can of beans on the table with a sticker on it, a Frisbee, would take it up to them and be like, "Yeah, can I buy this can of beans?" And it was like $1. And the person's like, "That's not mine. Like, I didn't put that on the table." And he's like, "No, like, I can't buy this from you." And like, "It's not mine." They're like, "Okay." He just puts it on the table. Sorry for asking. Like, starts walking away.
And the dude's like looking at it like,
What? Yeah, it was really sweet that this one lady was. He went up and was like, "Can I get this can of beans?" And he was like, "No, it's not mine." She's like, "Oh, like, okay, like, I was just hungry, like, just want to know." She's like, "Well, like, I got tortillas inside. Like, I can make you a sandwich. She was so sweet. He was like, oh, no, I'm just messing with me. I brought this from home. We're just shooting a video. But lady's so sweet.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah. Yard sales are fun. You can always find random stuff. Like, I think estate sales are better because you can see there's some usually really wild things in there
Yeah.
that you can get.
Yeah, I feel like finding something for me right now would be finding a really nice Sony camera. Yeah.
Camera would be sick.
Or something like that.
Yeah, camera would be really nice. I think, yeah, trading cards, camera. I'm trying to think what else.
I got a manual lawnmower one time from a yard sale.
Really?
Yeah.
I fucking hate lawnmowers.
Tools, all sorts of things like that.
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't been to a yard sale in a long time either, but I wish there was a way to, like, there's got to be a public Facebook group where you can post your yard sale, like when it's happening, location. There's got to be something.
Yeah, there is.
Okay.
And some of them
Because I just thought about that.
necessarily public. They're request. You
Yeah.
have to request, and then they let you in or not.
I would love to do that, like on some weekends, like look at that, what yard sales going on, and like go hit some of those up, just like for fun. Like,
Dude,
just
yeah,
to do
the
something.
best thing to do for that is like early Saturday morning.
Yeah. Wake up.
6 in the morning.
Yeah.
Most of them are started by
8.
Yeah, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah, they probably everything starts at 8 o'clock, so you roll up at like 7:30, whatever it is, look around, see what you can find and stuff. Like,
I know people who used to like go out to breakfast at like 6 in the morning when some place first opens, and then go yard sailing until like noon.
I don't know. I'd be down. We should do that one day. We should do that
down.
next month. That'll be a lot of fun. But yeah, let us know if y'all yeah, any of y'all find anything cool at yard sales. Comment whatever the coolest thing is you ever found. If you found the Pokemon card, let me know. I'll buy it.
Exactly.
Not for $1 million though. Maybe like $10. But yeah, that wraps this one up. Sorry, we got kind of a little bit serious one here. Little jokes here and there.
They can handle it.
Yeah. But yeah, anything y'all want to hear next one, let us know. And we'll see y'all next time.
Peace.